Hey, this is Meredith, and I have been doing a really bad job of promoting the VidPro Studio Show, which is my podcast, where I interview bloggers, YouTubers, and other viral stars in pursuit of, I really just want to pick their brains. I just wanted to talk to people, and having a podcast is a great excuse to ask really smart people if I can pick their brains. I'm a natural creator and sharer, so the thought of, picking somebody's brains and having a great conversation and learning something and then not sharing it just seemed pointless. I have this innate sense that whatever I learn, I must also share with you. So I launched the VidPro Studio Show podcast in October 2016, and I had an entire first season of female guests, which wasn't exactly planned, but that's just sort of the way that it turned out. I talked with Stephanie Carls, Julie Golub, Holly Gillen, Jenny on the Spot. There's more, including a solo episode of just me, and you can find them all at VidProStudio.com. But today I wanted to give you a little inside peek into how having a podcast works, because it's really a lot different than creating a video for a YouTube channel. I will usually email somebody and say, hey, would you like to be on my podcast? It's called the VidPro Studio Show, and I would love to pick your brain about, blank. And I give them 2 to 3 topics of something that I know that they like talking about. So it's either, a topic that's the basis of their business, or a basis of the content that they're normally creating, or if they have a book or something that I know that they'd love to promote, I'll include that in one of the topics that I want to talk about. And some people will just ignore my email completely, which is totally fine, because I would rather ask them to be on the podcast and be ignored than not ask and never know what they would have said. And the really, really nice people, the really smart people will respond and say, sure, I'd love to. And then we'll book a time that we can record an episode together. So then a couple of days before our scheduled interview time, or even the day before, I usually send them a reminder email with some more topics that I plan to ask them about. And I also ask them if there's anything specific that they'd like to promote, that they'd like me to ask them about, like a book or a course or their YouTube channel or whatever. I also ask if there's anything specific that they don't want me to ask them about. Some people don't want to be asked about their family or their kids or something. So then I make the call on Skype, and I use the eCam call recorder to record the entire conversation.
Hey.
Hi, it's you.
Yeah, so I guess it's working.
I guess so. Then I edit the interview itself and record the intro and outro for that episode, and then edit it all together into one, and then export the MP3, upload it to Libsyn, which is where I host the podcast file itself. And then I publish the episode itself on VidProStudio.com, which is a WordPress website. And that, boys and girls, is how the VidPro Studio Show is made. So when I first set out to start this podcast, like I said, I did not intend for it to be an all-girls club at all. But season 2 is actually gonna bring us some guys. So yes, in season 2, we have some dudes. Actually, at the time that I'm recording this video, I have an equal number of male and female guests. So that's something new for season 2 of the podcast. And another new thing that you'll notice is I'll be publishing a video, not a takeaways video like I did for season 1. It'll be a video here on the VidPro Mom YouTube channel that corresponds with, or in some way goes along with, the podcast episode that will be published the same day as the video. And I also have a sponsor for season 2, because I just launched the Kick-Ass Edits Masterclass. And if you haven't heard me talk about that yet, then lucky you. But yes, the masterclass is open for enrollment, and so I'm gonna sponsor my own podcast. So the VidPro Studio Show is back next week with season 2, and I'm hosting a little giveaway in the very first episode where I chat with the vlog boss herself, Amy Schmidauer, author of Vlog Like a Boss and YouTube creator over on the Savvy Sexy Social YouTube channel. So more on that episode next week, but make sure you find and subscribe to the VidPro Studio Show on iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play, so you don't miss out on that upcoming giveaway. And don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel as well, so that you can hear from me again in the future. Bye.